But I am okay with it. I've been sort of shuffling around my portfolio a little bit, and I'm trying to trade less, but it feels like I'm seeing quite a lot of kind of price notifications going off, including ones that I set, well, feels like it must be over a year ago and have subsequently forgotten about. I mean, I got one the other day on Alexandria Real Estate, which is the kind of lab REIT that rents out laboratories to companies like Pfizer and Merck and most of the kind of big names, and had it notified that they'd been through a price that I had set, and no idea why I put that number there, to be honest with you. It was quite a while ago. And I can't remember whether I meant to look at it again or buy it, to be honest, and can't work out why it's gone down either. So it's a fun time. I've had more interesting notifications than that go off too. But
interestingly, I had the same notification go off for Alexandria. Was it because it went through 140?
Yes.
Yes, it was. It seems like we both had the same price target, and we've both been equally confused as to why we had it. Because I looked at it and gone, why have I got this? What is this? What does this signal? And I was trying to figure out if it was like 20 FFO back maybe a year ago or something like that, but it doesn't seem to be that. And it doesn't seem to be 25. It's a strange old number that I seem to have arbitrarily punched into the price alerts, and I don't think I'm particularly interested even at this price.
No, I'm not. It's sort of interesting, really, when things come down and through price targets. Either it happens by itself, in which case it's tempting to think there's something wrong with the company, because that stock is falling and nothing else is. That's a bad thing to think. You should think about those things independently, but it's very tempting to think, hang on, what the hell's happened here? I need to reconsider my kind of investment thesis, and maybe I'm still right, and maybe I still want to buy it at these levels, but I need to think about that again. Or it's because the entire market's coming down, and if everything's coming down at roughly the same rate, the stuff that was relatively expensive before is still relatively expensive, just it's reached the level that you were happy buying it at when the rest of the market was where it was, I don't know, 14 months ago or something like that.
Yeah, it is a strange thing, isn't it? And the problem with the price alerts at the moment is I tend to be getting quite a few of them. And I'm sat looking at prices, and it's about, I mean, we're just coming up to putting the deposit, and I'll be doing it this Friday. And you think to yourself, like, well, what am I going to put this money in? Do you know what I mean? There's so much opportunity. If you spread it too thin, am I making enough of a dent in those ones that have dropped quite significantly? Should I lump it all in something and get the average price of that down? And is that just a stupid mistake? It's nice to have plenty of opportunities where you feel like you could win on the other side of the market. I think that's how I feel at the moment. The issue is that I have to really, get my head down and have a proper think about what I'm going to do, because, I think these moments, the decisions we make in the market at this point are probably going to be the key ones, especially as the prices are getting lower and lower.
I think you're right. I think looking towards the other side is a thing to do. A couple of things on that, I guess. I mean, I've heard people talking about making preparations for a bear market now. We're in a bear market. Time for preparing for that was ages ago. But where I'm kind of looking is in the stuff that's getting, I think, unfairly dismissed, where the business still looks good and the cash flows look decent, and the market doesn't like it either because dividends are in fashion and it doesn't pay one, or it only pays a small one, and so on and so forth. But it's really about, for me, kind of thinking about, well, how's it going to look on the other side of things? The other side may take a long time to come, by the way. I'm happy to wait it out and keep buying into stuff. So I think, for me, I'm not too interested in trying to position myself for what I can see in front of me to stay afloat for the next 7 days, month, maybe even year, to be honest. But I'm thinking what kind of comes next in the big macroeconomic cycle. No doubt we'll see a big return to a massive bull run again. Rates will come down at some point, so on and so forth. And then I'll go back to looking at buying stuff like Kellogg's, which has actually held up reasonably well so far.